Hello everyone, this is Bloom. So welcome to year 2 of Oleanderclan. So before starting with the video, with year 2, I just wanted to say that this year was very tragic. It was full of deaths, as you're going to see. A lot of cats joined StarClan this year, so get ready, buckle up. I hope you guys didn't have any favorite characters just yet. Yeah, also, this is a series, so if you just stumbled upon this video, there is the year 1 that you can go watch. It is on my channel if you click on it. Also, little blood warning for today's video because there is a little, I could say animatic, but really it's just pictures that I drew of what happened. So a little blood and violence warning as well. So yeah, let's get started with our year 2 for Oleanderclan.
It was late at night, and Lilypool, Crested Stone, and Boulder Hiss had been assigned on guarding duty. They were waiting for Scorched Apple to come back from his foraging patrol, as the Tom usually preferred to forage alone during nighttime. A rustling sound suddenly caught their attention. Boulder Hiss smiled, thinking his brother was back from his solo patrol, but Lilypool got up, fur bristling. "I don't recognize the smell," she remarked. "Whoever you are, show yourself," she commanded. But the rustling sounds seemed to go further into the territory. Lilypool growled, and without waiting for her clanmates, she went after the sound. Boulder Hiss and Crested Stone followed her, fearing it might be a trap. A couple of minutes later, the cats arrived in a clearing just outside of their territory, and horror struck them all. A group of rogues were there, hissing and snarling as, who seemed to be their leader, a dilute calico she-cat stood tall in front of them. Next to her, an orange Tom with Scorched Apple, whom he had pinned down, claws on his neck threatening to kill him if he moved. Boulder Hiss watched, terrorized for his brother, who seemed oddly calm despite the situation. "Give us our medicine cap back," demanded Lilypool. The calico chuckled. "You are in no way capable of demanding anything from us." Lilypool got angry. "I won't repeat another time. Give him over," she snarled. Crested Stone tried to calm his daughter, but she wouldn't listen to him. Not that she ever did. The calico smiled again. "Let's bargain." But she was caught as Lilypool launched herself at her and swiftly bit her neck with force. The she-cat didn't see that coming and didn't have time to dodge or protect herself. Just like that, she was on the ground, bleeding out. "No," replied Lilypool. Then turning to the rest of the group of rogues, she yelled, "Who's next?" The rest of the rogues watched with shock, hissing and bracing for battle. The orange Tom then lifted his tail and let out a yowl for the battle to start. Boulder Hiss and Crested Stone got ready as well and threw themselves into battle. The cats began to fight, and even if the numbers didn't play in the Clan Cat's favor, they had more battle training than vulgar rogues, or so they thought. The plain became a battlefield, and while Oleanderclan was battling to endure, the rogues were out for blood. Meanwhile, not far from here, Mudpool and Quiet Pelt were out after they had snuck out of camp. The two she-cats had started to talk to each other and seemed to have developed feelings for one another. Night walks like tonight were nothing new for the two. Suddenly, through the trees in the far distance, Quiet Pelt heard the sound of battle. Quickly, the two ran and stumbled upon the battle unfolding in front of them. Quiet Pelt's heart sank as she saw her father, Crested Stone, on the floor, laying in a pool of his own blood, still, unmoving. The she-cat threw herself into battle, but Mudpool remained behind, frozen in fear. Images of those horrid nightmares she had for the past moons came back to her. In them, she saw herself standing above the bodies of her own clanmates, her paws dirty with muck and the foul taste of blood in her mouth. What if These nightmares were about this exact moment unfolding before her very eyes. Mudpool couldn't take the sight anymore and ran off, scared and crying. It was dark. Scorched Apple had closed his eyes as the battle unfolding before him was too gruesome. When the sound of battle had finally died down, Scorched Apple opened back his eyes slowly and he gasped, his eyes widening. There, amongst the bodies of other rogues, his clanmates, his friends, laid motionless. All he could see was them. Crested Stone, Quiet Pelt, and Lilypool. But where was Boulderhiss? Where was his brother? He suddenly heard Coffin right next to him, and when he lifted his head, there he was. Boulderhiss was in terrible shape, holding on to dear life, but still a large smile on his face. "Don't worry, brother. We'll see each other again. I'm sorry we couldn't save you. Please, forgive me." Scorched Apple wasn't able to reply. The shock was too great. Boulderhiss sent his brother one last smile before the light in his eyes faded and his face finally relaxed. Tears began to roll down Scorched Apple's face as he breathed it out. "I forgive you." "Any last words before I send you with him?" asked the Orange Tom, holding him down. Scorched Apple frowned and his pupils became slits. "My sister will take everything that you hold dear. She will come for you. She will hunt you down like a hound, and you won't even see her coming," he hissed. The Orange Tom got closer to Scorched Apple's ears and whispered, "I'll be waiting for her, and I'll send her your regards before sending her to you." Scorched Apple snarled and tried to swipe his claws across the Tom's face, but this one was quicker and dodged the attack before sinking his teeth in the medicine cat's throat. Then, once again, the world was dark. "I thought we were just supposed to scare them," cried out Daisy. "We did. Now Oleanderclan just lost 4 warriors and one of their medicine cat. Believe me, this loss will scare the life out of them." "But Gina never said anything about killing them, Blaze," she protested. "Indeed, but Gina never knew when to shut her snout. Now, look where that led her. She's dead. And as second in command, I take over. If you don't like that, you're free to leave," Blaze hissed. Daisy noticed his claws unsheathing and she knew that if she left, she would end up like these poor clan cats. She simply shook her head and straightened up. Blaze gave her a single nod before he heard screaming in the distance. Everyone turned and got ready for battle again. "It bit me!" yelled a black and white Tom, hopping away, revealing a small kid. Brown Kid had been following Quiet Pelt and Mudpool on their night escapade. He had just arrived to the scene, chest puffed out and tail straight up. "Leave my clanmate be, or else," he ordered. The rogues looked around confused before Blaze snickered an order for the kid to be dealt with. Daisy's ears flattened and she jumped in front of Brown Kid. "Or we could take him in. He knows things about Oleanderclan. Maybe we could get information out of him, and we did lose 3 of our own. We could train him to fight for us," she proposed. Blaze looked annoyed, but he had to admit this was a nice idea. "Fine, but you will take care of him as if he was your own. You will feed, care, and train him, since you seem to care so much about him. Now let's go. He's waiting for a report," ordered Blaze. Daisy sighed with relief and turned around, picking up the hissing kit, and they all left, leaving behind the 5 clan cats on the cold autumn ground. Alright, you guys, so as you can see, we had a lot of deaths this year, unfortunately. So let's go over our Starkling cats to begin this second year of Oleanderclan. So, our first cat that died this year, surprisingly, was not in the battle. It was Jitters. She died on a patrol with Scroll Star as they were trying to save Hillclan kits on Moon 14. Hillclan spotted them with the kits and kind of thought that was a kidnapping situation kind of thing. So they attacked and sadly killed poor Jitters. They did feel bad about the mistake though and offered a good amount of prey in exchange for the mistake. Um, Jitters was not really appreciated by the clans, so sadly the mourning was quite short, and she was kind of the gossip queen, like spreading rumors behind everyone's back. So yeah, she was not really appreciated by everyone, and in not even a moon, everyone like didn't even talk about her anymore. Our next cat that died, we previously knew him as Zinnia Kit. He started the year as an apprentice and was mentored by Jump Branch, and they had a great relationship. He even saved Jump Branch from a fox and was barely even hurt. He had his scuffle with a trespassing cat and had his ear torn, but I forgot to include that in the drawing. I'm sorry. Despite Jump Branch being sick for most of his apprenticeship, what a surprise! Zinnia Pa became Zinnia J and was honored for his wit at 12 moons old. The same moon of his warrior ceremony, he was attacked by a dog and his tail was badly injured. The next moon, his wound became infected, and the moon right after that, Zinnia J died, leaving behind a grieving Jump Branch and Perchase, his father. Now moving on to the two brothers, Scorchpaw became a full medicine cat at 16 moons and was named Scorched Apple after his tranquility. Not a lot of cats had faith in him despite his training, and he was really sad that he could not save Zinnia J, and he felt like all of his training had basically served for nothing. Scorched Apple sadly died after watching all of his friends die to save him from the rogues. Boulder Paw, his brother, became a warrior at 12 moons old and was named Boulder Hiss for his wit. I think it's funny because, Hiss when he's always smiling. I think it's kind of ironic. He got an apprentice, Lily Paw, the moon after his graduation, and the two had an okay relationship. Boulder Hiss tried to teach her to be more patient and to talk before attacking. Clearly, it did not work. At one point, he was loitering a lot around Hill Clan looking for a specific cat, maybe a lover, we don't know. He died last on the battlefield next to his brother with a smile on his face. That really broke me. He was overall really interested in clan life, and I could have seen him as deputy. The two cats were super close to their family, and they leave behind a grieving mother and sister. The next cat that we're going to talk about in Starkland is Lilypool. So at the beginning of the year, she started off as Lily Kit and quickly became an apprentice, Lily Paw, and she had Boulder Hiss as a mentor. She graduated early at 11 moons old, and it's quite funny because Squirrel Star at Lilypool's naming ceremony was worried because, and I quote, she tends to go headfirst into danger. Doesn't sound familiar at all, doesn't it? So, she unfortunately died on the battlefield alongside her father and stepsister. She still injured a lot of rogues. She was amazing at fighting and hunting. And she was basically a menace all year long, waking up cats, hiding, stealing prey, and just overall had a reckless behavior. She had an okay relationship with Boulder Hiss. They never really talked outside of training sessions. Sadly, in the battle, Quiet Pelt and Crested Stone also died. Quiet Pelt was still really close to her sister, so when she died, it really affected Hazel. Um, she grew close to Mudpool, and they started to develop a crush on each other. And she played, I'm sorry, a lot of pranks this year, but never really anything harmful, just here and there to bring joy to the clan. She was still sick at the beginning of the year and it worsened into green cough, but she healed on Moon 15 and continued her training. She eventually graduated at 13 moons and was named Quiet Pelt after her enthusiasm. She leaves behind her three sisters, but Hazel is the most affected by her sister's death. She had a dream about a two-leg trap, perhaps maybe prophesizing the trap that the rogues were setting. As for Crested Stone, he didn't do all much all year, but he was seen racing against a rival from Hale Clan, and he had the same trap, same dream about a two-leg trap, like his daughter. He also tried to get close to his clanmates, wanting to compliment Boulder Hiss, Weed Rush, Zinnia Paw, and he tried really hard to get closer to his daughter. Was able to get closer to Loudpond and Hazel Mist, but yeah, overall, he also leaves his whole family behind. Mudpaw was mentored by Petunia Blotch and never really bonded with him, but they didn't dislike each other either. As an apprentice, she dreamed of having a mate in Kits and was having recurring nightmares in a dark and murky place that she refused to believe was the Dark Forest. As Zinnia Jay's death didn't really bother her, and many found it strange. She was named Mudpool after her maturity at 14 moons old because she got sick during her training, and the fight with the rogues brought back memories from her nightmares, and so she fled the clearing. She got lost outside of the territory and died over there. Finally, in StarClan, we have Brown Kit. He is the son of a cat that was brought in camp on Moon 19 after she had a difficult birth. On Moon 21, he fell in a river but was saved by Fire Spike. He followed Quiet Pelt and Mudpool when they sneaked out of camp and was taken by the rogues. He was under the care of Daisy, and despite her best efforts, he would refuse to eat and eventually starved. Daisy decided to bury him next to Oleanderclan's border. Now, on to our living cats. Let's start with our leader, Squirrel Star. She was in and out of the Med Den and was challenged again by Pear Chase again. And this time, though, Bao Song defended her. She was beginning to trust her clan more and more and even started to get interested in their lives, but was devastated after the rogue attack and was really out of her head, distrusting everyone again. She ate tainted prey and lost a life on Moon 23, and currently likes Petunia Blotch a lot, Wolf Glare, Fire Spike, Scorched Apple, and Crested Stone, and she has a crush on Pike Willow. She dislikes, though, Weed Rush and Loud Pond. I truly don't know why. Moving on to our deputy, Gem Branch, he was beginning to get better at his role as deputy, but it all went downhill after the rogues attacked and killed some of his clanmates. He had Zinnia as an apprentice on Moon 13 and got Yellow Cough on Moon 14 until, he remained sick until Moon 17. He was really sad when Zinnia J died and he mourned him. And he has been acting weird lately and seems on edge since the rogues attacked. He currently likes Weed Rush a lot. Pike Willow, Squirrel Star, Hazel Mist, and Fire Spike. He has no crush on anyone, but he disliked Lilypool and Mudpool. Fire Spike had a busy year because everyone kept getting hurt, but she spent all of her time on her apprentice, and she was so proud when he finally graduated at 16 moons, but she also was really sad when he died, but she still never loses faith in StarClan. hoping that he's happy where he is along with the others. She's now really close to Hazel Mist because since her sister's passing, she's really struggling mentally and it affects her physically. She's really friendly with everyone and she likes Squirrel Star, Petunia Blotch, Pear Chase, Hazel Mist, and Bow Song. But since her apprentice is passing, she has no one to help her and it kind of makes her sad. Moving on to the Warriors, we now have Pear Chase, who still had deputy goals at the start of the year and even challenged Squirrel Star again. Um, After his son Sinia Jade died, he really tried to play it tough, but really inside he was very sad. Then his daughter died, and he just stopped causing trouble. He became quiet and reserved, and he would spend a lot of time alone. But still got closer to Petunia Blotch by their dislike of the leader and the deputy. He's pretty much an empty shell now, and he likes Petunia Blotch, Weed Rush, Fire Spike, Hazel Mist, Zinnia J, and Mudpool, but dislikes Jump Branch, Squirrel Star, and Bow Song since she sided with the leader. Pike Willow didn't do much this year but get hurt. She wasn't really affected by the death caused by the rogues, but she swears that if she finds them, she will bring justice to her clan. She spends a lot of time with Pear Chase and she sees how affected he is and how he has changed. At the beginning of the year, she was rethinking her life choices, so maybe she was thinking about leaving. We're gonna keep an eye on that. She likes Skydapple a lot and Jump Branch, and she has a slight crush on Squirrel Star. Currently, she's torn between two clans slowly forming within Oleanderclan, Squirrel Star versus Pear Chase, and she doesn't want to take part in that. She wants to remain as neutral as possible because she really likes both of these cats and doesn't want to see a war forming within Oleanderclan. This year was really rough for Baosong and Skydapple. I'm gonna go over these two cats individually, so I'm gonna start with Baosong. So, as I said, it was a really rough year for her as she lost two of her sons, leaving her with her only daughter. She tries to be tough for her daughter, but as soon as she's not around, she breaks. She was super proud of her kids when they graduated, screaming the loudest amongst the other cats when their warrior names were given. She loves her clan a lot, but she can see that some cats are trying to rebel against Squirrel Star, and when Pear Chase challenged the leader, she defended her and since holds a grudge against the Tom. She likes Skydapple, Boulder Hit, Scorched Apple, and Fire Spike. She has a crush on Weed Rush and Petunia Blotch, and doesn't like Red Light and Pear Chase. As for her daughter, Skypaw graduated at 11 moons and was named Skydapple, honoring her exemplar. She mentored Wolfpaw and took her role really seriously. She was too serious for Jumpy Wolfpaw, and he didn't like her, but he became calmer himself as he grew, and now they like each other. She was devastated when she learned her brothers had died and now swears revenge on the group that did this. She was seen staring into space multiple times and is really grateful for her mother helping her out, even if she knows she's having a hard time herself. She's distracting herself by working from dawn till dusk and really brings her part in the clan. She likes Bao Song, Scorched Apple, and Boulder Hiss and doesn't dislike or crushes on anyone. Now moving on to Petunia Blotch. Petunia Blotch started the year by having an apprentice, Mudpaw, and they pretty much had a neutral relationship. Squirrel Star had hoped that giving Petunia Blotch an apprentice would make him less angry at her, and clearly that did not work out. Um, he found that Jumbranch was super fishy and seemed more nervous than usual, especially after the rogue ambush. He really envies the deputy position and has been taking on the role by himself since Jumbranch is an idiot, according to him. He has been taking on extra patrols since the attack, and some cats like Pearchase, Ratlight, Hazelmist, and Loudpond seem to side with him in his ambitions for the deputy position. He likes Firespike, Weed Rush, and Skydapple, crushes on Weed Rush, Fire Spike, and Bow Song, and dislikes Scorched Apple, Squirrel Star, and Lilypool. Weed Rush didn't do much all year. She got lost multiple times near the Two Leg Place and seemed to have bad feelings toward Zinnia J, not wanting to go on patrol with him. But after he died, she was thinking about him. She perhaps regrets being so distant, I'm sorry, towards him right before he died. She doesn't want to pick a side between Squirrel Star and Pearchase, even though she can see the clan slowly dividing itself. She likes Jump Branch and Fire Spike. She has a crush on Bow Song and Petunia Blotch, and dislikes Squirrel Star, Roach Kit, Lilypool, and Boulder Hiss. Now for the three sisters, starting with Ratpaw. She became a warrior with the name Ratlight on Moon. On Moon 16 at the age of 12 moons, and was honored for her determination alongside Loudpaw. And she is an amazing fighter. On Moon 17, her tail was badly injured by a fox, and she remained in the medicine cat den until Moon 20. She remained cold all year long, but when her sister died, she realized that she liked her siblings more than she thought, and she is now super protective of Hazel and Loud. Even if she doesn't really believe in StarClan, she prayed for her sister to be safe wherever she was, and she regrets not getting to know her more. She is still mad at Crested Stone, but deep down she feels bad because she knows that he was trying to get closer uh, to his children, and she would push him away constantly. She likes Catrick, Loud Pond, Hazel Mist, and Quiet Pelt. She had a crush on Boulder Hiss, and she dislikes Bow Song. Hazelpaw was sick and it worsened at the start of the year, but she ended up surviving. She was late in her training and wanted to make her father proud, and she became Hazel Mist at 15 moons old and was honored for her resilience. Since the death of Quiet Pelt, she's struggling and has stopped eating, making her sisters worried for her. Firespike got closer to her and tries to help her on the path to recovery. At the burial, she told a fun story of her sister and broke down. She since spends a lot of time alone near the Two Lake Place. She likes Ratlight, Loud Pond, Pike Willow, Crested Stone, and Quiet Pelt. She had a crush on Boulder Hiss as well and dislikes no one. Loud Pond became Loud Pond at 12 moons old alongside Ratpaw and was honored for her patience. She was really present for Hazel Mist and listens to her for hours if it means that it's helping her. She is happy that Ratlight and Hazel Mist finally see her, but at the same time she's sad that Quiet Pelt is dead. She was the only one that was sad to see Crested Stone go as well. She got sick but recovered. And she likes Ratlight, Hazel Mist, Crested Stone, and Quiet Pelt. She has a crush on Skydapple and dislikes no one. Wolfkid became Wolfpaw on Moon 15 and was mentored by Skydapple. He accidentally crossed a border and had his ear torn by an enemy warrior. He became Wolfglare on Moon 21 and was honored for his compassion. On Moon 23, he was seen touching nose with a Clan warrior. And as a warrior now, he's more calm and sees the slow division forming in the clan, and he does not like where this is going. He likes Squirrel Star, he has a crush on no one, and he dislikes Skydapple for some reason, I don't know. I present to you now the new faces. So please, everyone, welcome Catrick. Um, it's written like Patrick, but with a C, so Catrick. I think this is hilarious. She joined on Moon 19 after Fire Spike found her during her difficult labors. On Moon 22, she felt better, but also lost her son, Brown Kit. Unlike all of the others, like Lilypool, Crested Stone, Quietpelt, his body was not found, so she spent all of her time out of the clan in the territory to find him, but to no avail, so he was declared dead. She is now really protective of her two other kids, her daughter and her other son. She is currently trying to adapt to clan life and she's getting to know everyone. She likes Sleep Kit, Roach Kit, and Brown Kit for now. As for her kits, Roach Kit is an adventurous Tom. He caught a bug when he was 1 moon old outside of camp, and now wears wings on his left ear. He was in shock after so many deaths occurred all at once, and he was really sad when Brown Kit was declared dead. Leap Kit, on the other hand, is a ferocious, fierce little she kit. On Moon 23, she had green cough, but she recovered on Moon 24. She wants to defend her clan after the attack and was seen guarding camp and the nursery, claws out. She's also really saddened by her brother's death, unfortunately. Alright, you guys, so this is all for Oleanderclan Year 3. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you have any questions, any comments on anything, please feel free to comment the video. If you like the video as well, don't be shy, you can leave a like as well. Um, I'm sorry also that it took a while for this video to be out. I don't have really any reasons for it. I was just being lazy and I didn't want to write the script. But now it's out and I'm super happy. So I will see you guys again for Oleander Clan Year 3 that is currently being drawn. So goodbye, have a nice evening, have a nice day, have a nice night, and we will see you later for Oleander Clan Year 3. Goodbye!